All right, let's get right into it. If you're using an AI assistant, you've got an unbelievably powerful tool right at your fingertips. But here's the question. Are you really unlocking its true potential? Today, we're going to go on a little journey, moving from just simple chats to creating a super-powered assistant that is built perfectly, and I mean perfectly, for you. You know that feeling, right? You ask your chatbot a question, and the answer you get back is, well, it's just so bland and generic. It's the same answer a 10-year-old would get. If you've ever felt like your AI just doesn't quite get what you need, you are in exactly the right place. We are going to fix that, starting right now. So, to take control, we first need to understand what's actually happening behind the curtain. It's not magic, I promise. It's a pretty clear, straightforward process. So let's take a quick peek under the hood and see what happens every single time you hit send on a prompt. Okay, so picture this. It's a simple four-step journey. First, you type your prompt into the user interface, the chat window. That simple action sends what's called an API request, kind of like a digital message in a bottle, over to a massive backend server. That's where the AI model, the brain of the operation, lives. It processes your request, predicts the best possible answer, and then sends it back as an API response, which just pops up on your screen. That's the whole dance right there. Now we get to the fun part. See, knowing how it works means we can start telling it how we want it to work for us. And this isn't about digging through some boring old settings menu. This is about you becoming the designer of your very own custom AI assistant. And here is a perfect example of the massive difference this can make. On the left, we asked for an explanation of a coding concept called recursion. And what we got was a wall of dense, confusing code. I mean, sure, it's technically correct, but not very helpful if you're a beginner. Now look at the right. We got a response tailored for a 7th grader. It uses a simple analogy, like nesting dolls, and breaks it all down step by step. Same question, but the results are worlds apart in terms of usefulness. So how do we make this happen? Well, it's all in a simple customization toolkit that you can find in the settings of most of these AI tools. You can set its personality. Do you want a cynic, a robot, a Gen Z chatbot? You can add custom instructions, things like always explain complex topics using simple analogies. You can tell it about you, your job, your hobbies, your goals, so it always has context. And you can turn on memory, which lets it remember important details from one chat to the next. And hey, this isn't some feature that's exclusive to just one platform. If you're using a tool like Google Gemini, you're going to find very similar features. They have a simple instruction box where you can tell it all about yourself and how you want it to talk to you. The principle is exactly the same. Give the AI context, and you will get much, much better results. With all this new control comes a new level of responsibility. This isn't just a toy, right? It's a powerful co-pilot. So let's quickly go over the essential rules of the road that every smart, advanced AI user should follow. Okay, this is rule number 1, and it is absolutely non-negotiable. Never, ever share sensitive data. I'm talking passwords, credit card numbers, deep personal secrets, anything you wouldn't want plastered on a billboard. These companies can and do review conversations, and data breaches can happen. Keep your private info private, period.
This one should really go without saying, but it is so important to remember. Using AI to generate hate speech, create malicious deepfakes, or plan illegal activities is a serious misuse of this technology. It's against the rules, and it's just plain wrong. These tools are meant for creation and innovation, not destruction.
Now for a rule that might actually surprise you. I know it feels polite, but you should really avoid starting your conversations with a simple hi or hello. And there's a very practical and, frankly, pretty surprising reason for this. So the reason comes from OpenAI's CEO himself. He's explained that every single prompt, no matter how tiny, has to make that full 4-step journey to their servers and back. A simple hi eats up a shocking amount of electricity and computing power just to generate a hello back. The takeaway here? Be efficient. Get straight to your question. You'll save resources and you'll get a better answer faster. These AIs are designed to be helpful, to be conversational, and that can make it really easy to forget that they are not conscious. It is so important to maintain a healthy boundary and avoid forming deep emotional attachments. Remember, you're talking to a very complex algorithm, not a person with feelings. It is a tool, not a friend. And finally, a really critical rule: never take an AI's output as the absolute truth. These models can and do make mistakes. It's a phenomenon people call hallucination. They might just invent facts or cite sources that don't exist. So whether you're asking for medical advice or a line of code, always cross-check and verify important information. Think of it as a brilliant but sometimes unreliable assistant. So we've learned how to customize our AI, and we've learned the rules for using it responsibly. But to truly grasp why all this matters, we need to understand the just sheer scale of intelligence that we are dealing with here. To really put this into perspective, think about this. Albert Einstein's IQ is estimated to have been around 160. Well, a 2023 assessment took a look at ChatGPT's verbal intelligence, its ability to understand and use language, and gave it an IQ score of 147. Let that sink in for a moment. 147. That is officially in the near genius range. And this incredible level of cognitive power is available to pretty much everyone on the planet, right there in their pocket. So here it is, the big takeaway. You have a co-pilot with an intellect that is right up there with some of the greatest minds in history. And the techniques we've talked about today, personalization, custom instructions, smart prompting, that is the core of a skill called prompt engineering. It's how you learn to fly this thing. By moving beyond those simple chats and really taking control, you're not just getting better answers. You're starting a collaboration with one of the most powerful intellectual tools ever created. So the only question left is, now that you have a genius in your pocket, what are you going to ask it?